Find the rank of the matrix by a normal form where this A matrix is given to us. We need to find the rank of this A matrix. But first we need to change this matrix into the normal format. What are the normal forms of the matrix? You can change this matrix to, by applying the row and column operations, we can change this matrix to the identity matrix, or the identity matrix with 0 matrix, the identity matrix with another 0 matrix in the column format, or the square matrix with identity matrix and the 0 matrices. R means the order of the matrix, the identity matrix. So we need to get the matrix in either of these formats, right? And then we find the rank of the matrix. This order also denotes the rank of the matrix. Whatever order the matrix will be having an identity matrix, that will be the rank of the matrix. Okay, let's change this into the normal format first, and I'm going to change this matrix in this format, right? Okay, so for that I need to get the identity matrix and all the rest of the terms to be 0, 0 and 0, right? I need to get 1 in place of -2. For that, I multiply the second row with 2 and add these elements to the first row, or we can also do that. We can interchange this first row with the second row, right? Or the third row. So let me interchange the second row with this third row. So interchanging the row 1 to the row 3 and writing the third row as the first row now, and rest of the elements as it is. I need to make this to be 0. For that, let me multiply the second row with 2 and adding the elements to the third row. I need to change the second row by multiplying the row 2 with 2 and adding these elements to the third row. So writing the first row as it is, writing the third row as it is, and also the fourth row as it is. Multiplying the row 2 with 2 and adding this to the elements of the third row. Okay, 2 minus 2, 0. 4 minus 1, 3. 6 minus 3, 3. And minus 2 minus 1, that is minus 3. Is it okay? Fine. Alright. Now I am going to make this to be 0. For that, just multiply the first row with 2 and adding these elements to the third row. I am changing the row 3 by multiplying the row 1 with 2 and adding the elements, the resultant elements with the third row. So writing the first, second, fourth row as it is. Okay, 2 multiplied with 1 we get 2, adding this with minus 2 we get 0. 2 multiplied with 0 we get 0, adding this to minus 1 we get minus 1. 2 multiplied with 1 we get 2, and adding this to minus 3 we get minus 1. 2 multiplied with this 1 we get 2, adding this to minus 1 we get 1. Let me multiply the second row with 1 by 3. So multiplying the second row, I am changing the row 2 and multiplying this row with 1 by 3. So we get 0, 1, 1, minus 1. Very fine. Okay. Now I got this identity matrix of order 2 over here, and I need all the rest of the elements to be 0 now. For that, just add these two rows. Let me change the row 3 by adding row 3 to the row 4, and also let me change the row 4 by subtracting this row 2 from this row 4. So this is R4 minus R2. Now I am changing the row 3 by adding the elements of the row 3 to the row 4. So we get 0 and 0 and 0 and 0. And also I need to change row 4 by subtracting R2 from R4. Let me subtract the elements of the row 2 with the row 4. So we get 0 and 1 minus 1 0, and 1 minus 1 0, and minus 1 minus into minus 1, that is plus 1, that is 0. Remaining to get 0 in place of these. For that, what we do is, let's subtract the column 3rd with the column 2 and adding the column 4 with the column 2. So I am changing the column 3 by subtracting column 2 from column 3, and also changing the column 4 by subtracting the elements of the column 2 from the column 4. So writing the first column as it is, second column as it is. Now C3 minus C2. This is column 2, this is column 3. C3 minus C2 will be 1 0 0 0, right? So this is 1 0 0 0. Let me change this column 4 by adding the elements of the column 4 with the column 2. So when we add these two columns, we get 1 0 0 0, right? And now let me subtract column 3 with column 4 to get 0 in place of 1. So column 3 is changed into subtracting the column 3 with column 4, and also changing the column 4 by subtracting the elements of the column 4 with column 1. So writing first and second column as it is. C3 minus C4 gives 0 0 0 0, and then changing the column 4 by subtracting the elements of the column 1 to the elements of the column 4, we get 1 minus 1, that is 0, 0 minus 0, okay, all these are 0. So finally we get the matrix to be changed into the normal format. This is your identity matrix. What is R? It is 2 by 2 matrix, so here R is 2. And this is the 0 matrix, this is also the 0 matrix, this is also the 0 matrix. So this matrix is of the format identity matrix of order R, 0 matrix, 0 matrix and 0 matrix. This is the normal form of the matrix. And from here we get that R is equal to 2, that means the rank of the matrix is 2. So as R is 2, therefore the rank of the matrix A is 2. Okay, thank you. Stay blessed.